Hello, hello. Welcome to my space. I hope you are doing well. So, here's the deal. Somebody is asking to the person who hurt you why they did what they did. And it's a total shit show because they don't know what to answer, right? So they are totally closed off, right? They are trying to defend themselves, but their explanation feels empty. It's kind of obvious that they are still trying to hide something. We have the fox here, right? Yeah, so they are still trying to hide something. The explanation is not clear. They are being very, very defensive here, very closed off. And so it doesn't smell good at all. It is like if they are unable to explain why they did what they did. So we will get deeper into that and understand exactly what is going on here. So let's put those cards to the side. What do I want to take? I want to take the hard truth. Let's see what this is giving us. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. I wonder if it is that they truly cannot explain themselves, which might totally be the case, right? They were driven by their fear, their ego, all those kind of things. Or admitting is too revealing, right? So, let's see what are we getting here. A second, I will just shuffle a bit more because some cards fell. So, let's see. Let's take 9 cards and let's see what is coming up. Tell me more here, please, about the situation. Misread sign in reverse. Insincere. Yep. Humiliation. Okay. Entitlement in reverse. Closed door. Yeah, this is truly... Okay, we have some kind of more information here and some confirmation with the insincere here in the second position, which is the position of the partnership, the discussion, the relationship here. The person knows truly that this person is insincere. We already saw it here with the High Priestess. In reverse, they know that this person is insincere. What we also get here, it is that there is some kind of humiliation, right? The person feel humiliated, kind of feel that they even feel humiliated by the fact that they need to answer to questions, right? They thought that all of this, all of the situation would just disappear, that they closed a door and that's it, right? But it's not the case. We have obligation here in reverse. They are trying to avoid to answer questions, saying that it's nobody's business, which is not the case when you are including people in your life. And if you want to have a good relationship with people and you are including them in whatever is happening to you, when you are in fact using them for your own benefits, it is kind of logical that they are coming and asking, right? But we have here the entitlement in reverse and the obligation in reverse. So I kind of feel that they are pushing those people to the side, trying not to answer questions, right? Let's take 3 more. Unaligned in reverse, unprepared and desperate in the upright. Okay, yeah, they were not prepared at all that people would come and ask them questions. Yeah. With the unaligned here, right, in reverse, in the 7th position, They have the answers, right? This is telling me that they have the answers, but they know that the answers are humiliating for them, right? And so I kind of feel here truly that we are talking about someone who is ego-driven, very, very protective. They don't want to admit that they have been very, very entitled. There is here the obligation in the sixth position. The obligation is in reverse. I kind of feel here that the person might have tried to say that they had no other choice for some kind of reason, that it was kind of an answer to something, but this doesn't hold. It doesn't hold, right? The misread sign here in reverse. I kind of feel that the person that is talking with them understand, first of all, that this person is insincere, that they were very entitled in what they did, that they thought that the door was closed. They are still trying to close the door. They might be trying to avoid even some people now that they understand that it's coming to light that what they said about you, what they did to you, all of this was not justified, right? The obligation here is in reverse. It is not justified. We already saw in other readings that they presented you as the backstabber. And we know that it's not the case. So the misread sign here, they are trying to confuse the person who's coming to them and asking questions, right? They are trying to confuse them. It's not working. It's not working. The misread sign here is in reverse, and this is here the setting. This is the subject. So there is no misread sign. There is no misinterpretation. It's obvious. It's obvious that this person is lying, that they are insincere, that they are prideful at the end of the day, right? With this humiliation, the fear of being judged is holding you back. Criticism will always come. So choose that which brightens your soul, no matter the judgment. Here we are with positive cards, right? But at the end of the day, here it is truly the fear of being judged. But the thing is that they are already judged. They are already judged. But the problem here, it is that they are unprepared. The reason why they are unprepared, it is because they thought that this door was closed. And so now, when suddenly they have to answer questions, when they thought that it was an old story, there's an issue here, right? Yeah, they are desperate because now they know that people know the truth. And even if they don't know all the truth, they know that this person is a liar. But as we already saw, instead of being honest and regain other people's trust, the second that people were doubting their story, they had to be honest. It's not what they did. It's not what they did. Right? On the entitlement here, you believe the world owes you something and it's blinding you to the growth that comes from earning it. It's backfiring. It's backfiring. I kind of truly feel a person wanting to escape, truly wanting to escape. They don't know what to say. They never planned for question to be asked. This is their biggest issue. Okay, let's get deeper into that. I kind of feel like using the Horror Tarot. Yes, let's use this one. And let's get a little bit more information here. It's very interesting, the misread signs here, right? Because this truly says that the person knew exactly what they were doing. And this is why it is so difficult for them now to answer the questions. Because if truly right? They were acting from a place of subconscious or inconscious, right? They were truly confused. Then they would have no issue to come and say, listen, I was confused, I was fearful, I thought that this was the right thing to do, and I was wrong. The fact, right, that they are so insincere and they are trying not to answer the question and they are unprepared. The unprepared here is very interesting because, in fact, somebody who talks the truth, they don't need to be prepared. I was in a situation, yes, of legal abuse. Somebody went to the police in order to try to protect themselves from something that they did, and so they accused me of doing something, right? The police called me. I immediately went there. They asked, do you need a lawyer? And I said, I don't think so, maybe it was not a good idea. This is not the discussion, right? But I went immediately and I answered the questions with no hesitation because I knew that I was innocent. This is the difference. When somebody talks from a place of innocence, did I think that I did everything perfect? No, but I had no problem to admit my mistakes. So this is why I had no problem to answer to questions. Here we are dealing with someone who is unprepared. What does it mean? What does it mean? That they need to prepare a whole story in order for it to make sense, right? This is why they need to be prepared. Because if they were talking truth, if they were not coming from a place of pride and knowing that they didn't do their best, right? If they knew that they did the best with the situation that they had and they were coming from a honest place, right? Then there would be no problem. They would just answer the questions. But it's not the case. They knew that what they did was really, really ugly. They knew that they were lying, manipulating people. And this is where the humiliation comes from. They were driven by power, ego, self-centeredness, right? So, let's get deeper. Just a reminder, this is a collective reading, which means that it is a group reading, which means that it might be for you, it might be partly for you, it might not be for you. So please, take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm just here in order to give you a little bit more information, maybe some insights, maybe confirmation about something that you are already aware of, right? If I'm talking about masculines or feminines, I'm not especially talking about the gender, I'm talking about the energy from where someone is operating, and we both have the masculine and the feminine inside of us, right? So please apply it however it applies to the roles in your life, and this can be past, present or future. So let's see, let's get a little bit more information here. Okay, let's see. Let me see here. I can put the card here. Okay. So listen. The Two of Pentacles in reverse, they are totally losing balance. They have no way to find the balance. Why? Because they are still trying to create some kind of confusion. They are not ready to be honest, right? They are driven by their ego. They don't want to be humiliated, right? While, in fact, they had no problem to humiliate you, lie on you, have everybody believing false things about you. This, they had no problem. But when it comes to them, they are not ready to be humiliated. So, as said, the lack of balance that there is here now, right? It is because they are still trying to confuse other people. This is what's going on here. They are not ready to be honest And this is why there is this imbalance, because if they release and they are just being honest, then they wouldn't be in the lack of balance, right? But right now they refuse to do that. Sorry, but I just need to check that you can see it all. Okay, let's see. Let's get a little bit more information. What do you want me to say to the collective about this situation? So they are still trying here, right, to avoid the total downfall. But it's here. It is here. At the end of the day, trying to avoid the downfall is just creating more downfall, and they are trying to be intelligent. I kind of feel that we are dealing here with someone who thinks that they are more clever than others, right? There is here something like that. This might also be talking here about a police officer, a judge, something like that here. That this is also what might be here, and they are trying truly to avoid the consequences of their actions. If they did something illegal, right? And defamation of character is illegal. Legal abuse, it is illegal. You are lying to the legal system, right? So this is, I don't know if it's criminal, if it's this, if it's that. I'm not a lawyer, right? But at the end of the day, they use the legal system in the worst way possible. So this might also mean here they are talking to someone who might be a person of justice. And they are trying truly to avoid a tower here. But they still think that there is this ability when there is not. There is not. Once they are asking questions, trust and believe that they already have the answers. Tell me more here, please. The devil. Listen, the devil and justice in reverse. Yeah, they truly think that they will be able to trick the justice. Yeah. They think that they are stronger than anyone, that they will be able to manipulate the system. Look. You see here? Manipulate the system. This is what they think. That they can still avoid justice. Can they? I don't think so. Once we have the King of Swords here, you are kind of cooked, my dear. So, let's see. Let's get more information. Oh, yeah, listen. The Hierophant. A figure of authority, of tradition. Yes, we might be totally talking here about the legal system. The King of Swords, justice, the Hierophant. It's interesting what is written on the card. He sees through this material world and into your very soul. The Hierophant, a symbol of tradition, conformity, power structure, religion, and formal doctrine, also known as the teacher or the Pope, right? So they are dealing here with the person of authority, right? They are afraid of this wheel of fortune in reverse, but the wheel of fortune is already in reverse. They are dealing with the consequences of their actions. And as I said in other readings, right? This person, they were just manipulating the situation, talking about you in all kind of way, never considering that it will come and bite them in the ass. And so they were unprepared to be needing to defend what they said. So to one person they said one story, to another person they said another story. And so when somebody is coming and saying, okay, you said this to this person and this to this person, so what's the truth here? Right? They were unprepared for that. They thought that by lying, they were closing the door totally, and they would never be in a situation where they would have to answer. They didn't consider that. And their stories are all unaligned. Yeah, we are truly talking here about someone who thought at least, but they kind of still think, that, other people are stupid, they are clever. We might be talking here about someone who never had to face the consequences of their actions, who were surrounded by people that they could manipulate in some kind of way. And so now, they think that this is what is going to happen. It is not what is going to happen here. They were unprepared, but karma is here. Okay. Let's see. Let's get more information here. They are dealing here with a figure of authority, a higher power, the person who is asking them questions. It is not that there is no consequence here. There is too many cards here, right? For me not to think that we are talking about someone of authority that can truly create consequences to the actions. Tell me more here, please. The Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands in reverse. What is coming to me here, it is that they are justifying to themselves the fact that they are still hiding things because there are other people involved here, and if they are saying the truth, it will make other people be in problems. This is what I feel here. That this is the narrative that they are defending in themselves in order not to come clean. Like, I'm not coming clean, right? But it's not because I am selfish and I'm thinking about me. It's not about my ego. It's not because I'm afraid of being humiliated. It is because there are people who helped me or supported me in some kind of way, and I could put them in trouble. And this is why I am not coming clean, right? I am trying to be to do what's right, but it's like it's fucked up in all kind of ways, right? But I kind of feel that this is what this person is telling themselves in order to feel good with themselves. That in fact it's not about them. There are other people involved, right? Tell me more here, please. The Nine of Cups and the Page of Swords. Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay, I want a little bit more information here. Arrogance, entitlement, lack of self that is translated into a complex of superiority. But you know that people that are in this complex of superiority, they are trying to convince themselves that they are superior to others, and the only fact that they need to do that reveals in fact the fact that they feel inferior to others, right? Because somebody who is at peace with themselves, they are not in this power struggle, right? There is a message here. Page of Swords, somebody coming and delivering a message. I want to have a little bit more information here because I feel that there is something here. 9 of Cups in reverse. And the Page of Swords. Tell me more here, please. Four of Swords. 9 of Swords in reverse. Those two cards are in bed. There is something regarding somebody that they are sleeping with. There is something about someone that they are sleeping with. I'm wondering, are they being blackmailed by someone that they were sleeping with, or are they trying to protect the parent of their child? I don't know. There is something here. Tell me. 9 of Cups. Yeah, I kind of feel that they are being blackmailed. The 10 of Swords. This person can bring them to a total ending. This is talking about betrayal. The Lovers in reverse. The Emperor in reverse. And the Queen of Swords in reverse. Yes, and the Four of Wands in reverse. This is house. This is happiness. This is stability. This is somebody very, very cold, very judgmental, very bitter. Very, very bitter. A tyrant. Making very, very bad choices. Trying to totally bring them down. Okay. Okay, so there is here something. There is here something, and I kind of feel that they have some kind of pressure. I'm not justifying anything, right? Just to be clear. I'm just trying to understand the message that we are getting. What is going on here, right? Okay, let's see. Can you tell me more here about the situation? Yeah, they are like in a stalemate position. There is something. Like there is no good choice to make. There is no good choice to make. Yeah, they are in a dilemma. They don't know what to do. I kind of feel that they don't know what, in fact, this person who is asking the questions, what they truly know. But I feel here that what they are trying to... The reason why they are trying to create a confusion here, in their inner narrative, they are trying to protect somebody else. Or there is another layer to the story, right? Which might totally be. They might be, you know, that other people has participated and somehow they don't want to make these other people fall. But at the end of the day, they will need to answer to the justice also anyway. Okay. you see, and the card came like this. Yeah, somebody has participated into this plan, right? And they are afraid that if they are speaking the truth, it will not just block them, it will block somebody else, somebody that they feel that they are thankful for their help. It is like, okay, we will take, for example, the legal abuse, right? Somebody has asked to someone to give a testimony for them, which was a false testimony, right? The person knew that it was a false testimonial that they were giving. And now they are afraid that if they are speaking the truth, this person will fall. This is what's going on here. This is talking about a plan. Are you prepared for the journey? Unprepared, right? They were not prepared for being in this situation where they would need to answer to questions. And this is why they feel stuck. Yeah, I kind of feel there is a whole system here protecting one another. And so if one falls, it's the whole system that falls. Okay. Tell me more here, please. Yeah. The end is here and this is blocking all of them. All of them. Everything is stopped. Look also that the word here, it's an I, right? If the truth is seen, which honestly speaking, I feel that it is already seen, right? But there might be something here more, right? The world, it's the cycle ended. The end is here. It is here. They are totally blocked. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's get more. It's very interesting because the chariot, when you look at the chariot card, right, there are sphinx there. So it is kind of a higher power that is leading you, right, forward. The sphinx are not real, right? There is some kind of element of above, of a power coming from above you that is guiding you, that is pushing you, right? And this card is touching the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune also talks about something that is fated. You know, it's like you were the only person here that could stop this person or this system, because we might be talking here about a system. We might be talking about, I don't know, a cultish mentality in a group, people doing a scam, something like that. It feels like if there is like a true desire here to truly stop this group, that it is going much further than just you. But you were the only one able to stand in your alignment, right? Not doubt your truth, fight against them. No matter if you had the whole community or the whole group or even the legal system coming against you, it didn't matter. The idea was for you to be able to totally stop them. The end is here. They are totally blocked, and this was fated. Yeah. Listen, if you are in the Earth Angel energy, apparently this might have been your last mission, right? Yeah. Okay. Tell me more here, please. What should the collective be aware of? The smear campaign. The Page of Wands in reverse, totally blocked. They are totally blocked. They are totally blocked. And they are totally blocked because of all the lies and the smear campaign. What they said in the past. I tell you, the fact that they were so entitled, thinking that they are so much clever than other people, right? It's the smear campaign that is totally blocking them. They created their own downfall by themselves. I said it over and over in the readings, and it comes back over and over. All they are going through now, it is all because when they should have let go, they didn't. They decided to attack. This is what's going on here. Yeah. The worst strategy possible in order to try to maintain some kind of balance, right? Instead of accepting the truth and learning their lesson, right? This is also telling me, considering that I just talked about the Earth Angel, right? That you finally stopped this strategy here. This strategic behavior trying to destroy people. You put it to a total end. You put it to a total end. Here it is. I don't know if you can see. Can you see? It's an Earth Angel, right? Yeah, you totally put an end here to whatever they were doing. And I tell you, it's not the first time. And they might have brought, you know what you experienced, right? They might have brought people, look, I'm saying it's not the first time. Look what's coming up here. Look at the face of this person here. Yeah. Look. It's not the first time that this person with another group of people are putting burdens on other people that they shouldn't carry. Who will carry the burden, right? It's the kind of person, right, that is doing things that they shouldn't do, right? And every time that they meet someone with some kind of level of morality or some kind of something, that don't want to participate in anything, that they cannot have some kind of grip on them, they are trying to destroy them. This is what's going on here. And we might be talking about a family, we might be talking about a group, we might be talking about scammers. We might be talking simply, you know what, about a group of friends that are cheaters, right? And that when they are trying someone and the someone doesn't want, right? So they're afraid that this person will go to the wife or to the partner or whatever, and so they are just attacking this person. This might also be something as ridiculous as that, right? Let's go to closure here. Now they cannot sleep, right? Because they are full of secrets and they don't know what to say. They don't know what to say. And I kind of feel that this person here, with the Three of Cups that we have here, right? And the Ten of Wands, this is burdens. This is burdens, right? Who will carry the burden? I kind of feel here that their burden is that they know that there are so many people here that are involved. And look at the people, right? I already showed you. But look at the, not at this person, the two others, right? There are all kind of people here. They don't even know who they can trust and who they cannot trust. They don't know. Let's see this High Priestess, if I can get a little bit more information here. The Nine of Swords, they cannot sleep, they are stressed, they are anguished, they are fearful, making nightmares. It's a nightmare. The situation is very frightening for them. They have anxiety. Tell me about this High Priestess here in reverse. I just want to see. Okay. The Tower. The Tower and the Seven of Cups. Yeah, there is here something about relationships. I also saw the Ten of Cups. We are talking about family. We are talking here about family in some kind of way. It can be your family or it can be them and their family. There is here something, right? It's about the relationships. Seven of Cups, illusion, delusion, confusion, options, knowing how to make the right choice in order to try to protect some kind of relationships. But the Tower is here. With this High Priestess here in reverse, I feel here that we are talking about someone who is revealing the secrets. Revealing the secrets. Talking. The High Priestess sees a lot, very intuitive. They usually don't talk a lot. They just say what they need to say and that's it. Here I kind of feel that somebody has a big mouth. A big mouth. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Is there something else here that the collective should know? Yeah, this is what you need to know. In this situation, right, the victory is here for you, right? And we are talking the Six of Wands, we are talking here, you see, that there are a lot of people here, right? A lot of people watching. There were a lot of people that were put into the story, that were supporting this person. It's not the case anymore, right? Somebody, we already know, is asking questions, but I don't feel that they are the only one asking questions. I kind of feel that they are coming with questions, knowing the answers already, right? This is what I feel. And so they are just observing what is going on. And what we saw here before, right? What we saw. It is that this person is totally closed off. They don't want to answer to the question that are asked to them. They are putting very strong boundaries. We started with the High Priestess in reverse, with the Fox here, right? And now we are ending here with the High Priestess in reverse. The High Priestess is talking also about secrets, knowledge. Inner knowledge, it is in reverse. It is coming out. The secrets are coming out. This is what is going on here. You see, there is also the moon here that is reflecting in the water, right? The moon itself, it's talking about confusion because it is a reflection, right? Here we have the reflection of the reflection. There is the mirror here also, right? The trash bag. Yeah, they thought that they would be able to escape. They can't. They can't. Okay. I think that I will leave it here. Is there anything else? Listen. They are falling, right? They are falling. They cannot move forward anymore. They are still trying to play the victim in some kind of way, right? They don't want to admit that in fact they were coming from a place of ego and of competition. They don't want to admit that, right? That it was all about status, power, acting like a tyrant. They don't want to admit that. But this is what is creating their ultimate stress. They were acting from a place of jealousy, totally recklessly, using whatever connection they had in order to attack you, create confusion, right? But it doesn't work anymore. 5 of Swords in reverse. They are stuck. They are totally stuck. Again, I see this 10 of Cups here. Yeah, we have a whole family here that will be totally blocked because the truth is out. The truth is out about how they did their very best in order to put you in misery. But you are not. They needed you to unalive. They needed you to think that you are the problem. They needed you to go into a mental institute. This is what they needed, right? And the issue is that you defended yourself in a way or another, right? It might be that you defended yourself, and it might be that you cut them off and you just put your energy into building yourself, healing, all those kind of things. They needed you to plunge. This is what they needed. It is not what is happening. And this is their biggest problem. This is what they needed, right? I will leave it here. I hope that it was helpful, insightful, maybe even healing. I'll see you in the comments. Until very, very soon. Bye.